welcome back to Gategully, a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play from Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. Right down here, this is my soon-to-be deep, dark hole for my metalsmithing. There are two basic strategies for magma forgers and magma smelters and magma this and magma that. Option 1 is bring the lava to the surface. Option 2 is bring your dwarves to the lava. And with the use of burrows, I don't have the problem of having to move my entire fortress down here, which is one strategy. I can just designate who's going to be part of my mining team and have them do the mining. And that's what's going on down here. So I'm just quickly checking up on other things, which I really shouldn't. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I always get distracted. I'm very sorry. Stock levels low. Silk cloth. I must go have a look at, where the silk is, which is in the middle caverns. I keep calling them the lower caverns. They're not. They're really the middle caverns, because the lower caverns are full of lava. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be the living and storage areas. I've got 2 quantum stockpiles. I've got 3 quantum stockpiles, but 2. This is bars, so this is metal bars and charcoal, and that gets quantum stockpiled into there. And this is my newly working ore stockpile. And I'm very pleased that it actually started working, because it turns out I screwed up the stop designation, which is, it's the one thing in making any kind of minecart route. It's the one thing that you can't go back and fix. You have to deconstruct the stop entirely and remake it, which is slightly aggravating. But there you go. But that's now working, so they're now going to be able to grab metals, especially from here. Which I can probably open now. Yep, I can. Very specifically, they can grab stuff from this stockpile here. Because this is a stockpile that is at the end of the great big huge enormous dumping tube, which ends up all the way up at -7. This is the dumping, so fluxstone, metal ores and charcoal end up getting put in this cart and dropped down this big deep dark hole, which goes down to minus 129. So that's 127 levels. It goes down. Lands on this grate. Sorry, this floor hatch that is walled in. And then I pull that lever and that opens up the hatch. And there's a door that this guy's standing in the middle of here to stop. The whole point of that door is so that I can lock it when I'm about to pull the lever and let stuff in. So that people aren't randomly standing there and having things drop on their head, because that might be deleterious to their health. Now, I'm going to see if I'm making... These are the beds that are going to be down here. So, some of these constructions were suspended. Ooh, trying to sneeze. Nope, not going to sneeze. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that is the most annoying thing in the world. Oh, bleh, couldn't sneeze. Anyway. What have I done? I've made this into... The whole thing is dining hall. That's good. So, yeah, so beds, dining area. I'm smoothing and I'm going to engrave the whole place, because I'm going to want... The folks who end up down here, I'm going to want them to be happy. Down here is their actual work area, which is possibly also smooth, because they're going to be spending a lot of time down here. So once I've got all the bedrooms sorted, and you're right. So this is a food stockpile, and this is a drink stockpile. I have genuinely no idea whether or not people are going to be able to keep those stocked quickly enough, because although I've got down here, iron ore and charcoal, and I'm pretty sure I've set up the flux stones to come down there, and if not, I really need to do that. Food has to be moved, those 100 and, 20 whatever, it's taken from this stockpile up here. So we're talking, from -9. Nope, wrong. From -9 to -130. So there's 121 levels. It's quite a lot, and that's got to be, there's going to be moved up and down. Admittedly, there's the staircase, apart from the fact that it has to do a bit of a dog leg around some places. It's probably not that far in. I suppose. I mean, it's starting from here and then going 127 off that way. Yeah. So I don't know whether or not I'll be able to keep that stocked the way I want it to be stocked when I actually have metalsmiths down here. So yeah. And the final thing I've got here is a quantum stockpile for furniture. And I honestly don't know what this tells me, but the idea is, because obviously they're making, if you can see, if I go to, use the T command and go look inside this building, they've got lots of statues and steel doors and tons of stuff. Basically, I'm just making for my. The whole point of this, the whole point of what I'm doing at the minute, is I'm aiming towards becoming the mountain home. And that means creating some royal apartments, right? And which is going to be these ones. And I want everything to be incredibly shiny and valuable, because in order to get a royal apartment, you need to have, for a room to be declared royal, you really do need an enormous amount of actually, I don't think I've. Nope, I don't think I've got it up. Oh, I do. Room value, right? The room needs to be worth 10,000, right? Now I managed to get grand rooms for my Duchess, and that's 2,500. And here we go. Right, so everything's licensed and engraved. Yeah. With some quite, really quite good. Oh, hang on, over here. Now, admittedly, these weren't engraved by a legendary engraver, whereas I've got a lot of legendary engravings downstairs. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, multiple silver statues. That's what it took to get this room up to grand. It must be said that steel statues are awesome, it turns out, because again, I have to use the T key. Each statue can be a steel statue can be worth 1,500, whereas a silver statue, rather bizarrely, I mean, I'm not convinced this is correct. The silver is worth 1,830, and that's a very good silver statue with quite good decorations added to it. But this is, it's alright silver statue. It's well crafted and it's worth 1,500. Silver just isn't worth as much as steel, which obviously makes sense. I can understand it from a dwarf point of view, because dwarves are crazy, but it's a bit mad. And yeah, so I want all the doors to be masterwork doors made out of steel, and all the statues to be masterwork statues made out of steel, and so on and so on and so forth. And basically that is just going to involve people making a huge amount of steel things down here. And so the thought is to have, they've got this should be a quantum stockpile. But you notice that they've kind of got everything except steel things. So I don't know where they're getting these things from. But they're not getting it from here. Quickly check the traffic. Traffic is just some of this is restrictive beyond that. These are dead ends, so I should make them. I'm going to make them low traffic, and I'll make this low traffic as well because they are dead ends. But because this is a through area. Yeah, so dwarves being dwarves, they've hauled things from miles away instead of the much closer things, and they've in this ore stockpile here, they don't seem to have grabbed like that piece of ore, even though it's right there. That's been there right from the beginning. And then just left it. So dwarves, can't live with them, can't eat them. There's a couple of bits of stone don't seem to have been caught in the smoothing. I'll also smooth this bit. So that's that. Just quickly every so often just have a check to see whether or not they have in fact. Has there been another dump of goods from upstairs? I mean I don't have a method of getting goods from down here. Yeah, the 120 odd levels up the way, which eventually is what's going to be needed. But yeah, I really don't care that much at the minute. Should also be considering whether or not I actually want to bother smelting. Currently, I've got these metal smelters just constantly on malachite and galena, and I'm actually okay. Let's just cancel anything that's not limonite. The main reason I kind of filled them up with orders is this is weird. It's to stop them from being somebody grabbing some other thing, getting the smelters to do something else. But I don't care about galena or malachite anymore. So I really only care about limonite. What I think is going on here is I think that Workflow is putting those orders back in but suspending them. Even though Workflow isn't actually managing those things. So yes, I'm just going to smelt limonite ore because maybe I should put them into Workflow as well. Bars of any iron, and I'll just put in. I'm going to put in. No, I always put in 30. Because, seriously, I actually do have more than enough Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That's slightly aggravating. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I can't get rid of those. I can't delete it. That's entertaining. The problem is that means I can't add in an option to. Oh no! You know what? No, I just get rid of the repeats. Ah. Well, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's make smelt limonite oil, and we'll make steel. Bloody hell. That's one way of doing it, I guess. Okay, that was terrifying. Right, so what I do want to do, if I just remove the repeat option for those... Ah, balls! Did that again. Oh, hell's balls. Oh. God damn it. I don't know why I'm simply incapable of remembering how to do these things. Right, so get rid of all of those. Smelt limonite ore is on... No, I get rid of the repeats on these. Then I can cancel, which is not X, it's C. So it's smelt, make... So I just get rid of... Okay, get rid of the R, C, fine. And I'll add pig iron. Repeat. Okay. So that's there, done there. That's... There we go. Okay, so... And I'll make a metal object in there as well. But I don't know. I think... Well, you know, the worst that'll happen is it'll cancel it if... Yeah, it cancels melt to metal object needs melt designated item. I think that I vaguely recall hearing something about that a oh, what am I trying to say here? That the melt a metal object thing will get done. I mean, what you want is for that to come back. So limonite, steel, metal object, pig iron bus. So basically, what you want is every time there is a metal object down for melting, you want it to melt that object. So you want that kind of to be there. Right. Okay. Got there in the end. Some of those things should possibly suspend themselves, but right. Doors, statues. Not getting anything masterful yet. Presumably that's because they what am I trying to say? Yeah, I mean, I don't have metalsmiths that are good enough yet. That's the thing I need. I should probably find... I think buckets only use one steel, but I do have an awful lot of steel, so I think I'm actually okay. So I should possibly get into practice on making iron buckets instead of making things out of steel, because you make a thing out of steel that costs 3 steel. And I may well be better off instead. I want masterful buckets. Give me masterful buckets. Because that way they'll have practiced on iron, which I've got lots of, even copper or something. So, yeah, maybe I want to turn these off for the moment. Because I'm just going to end up with a million doors and a million... I mean, statues I don't mind too much, but it seems like it does seem like I need to take a moment. I can't do it right away. I can't make the decisions right away. I kind of have to think about it for a bit. And then next time just suddenly decide, no, I'm doing it now. That's just the way it is. So we'll just leave that for the minute. Let's have a look upstairs. Are people trading? My god. No, they're not. But there's a whole bunch of nonsense in there. Cages? Did I buy cages? Strange. What's going on the surface? I haven't seen the surface in ages. At least it feels that way. Stocks. Logs. 469 logs, that'll do for the moment. So I'm not feeling the need to cut down any trees just now. I might do soon, as and when I need more copper. What copper? As I need more charcoal. Still, everyone's vomiting everywhere. That's what all this green is. I mean, I've got, one of my main hallways is it counts as being above ground. So there's basically a skylight. Although amusingly, most of the skylight is in fact made of chert. There's only a few bits which are made out of green glass. That in fact has no bearing on it whatsoever. Once you've dug it out, it counts as outside, which makes very little sense to that one. I originally built this wall because I thought what I was going to have to do. I don't know why. I thought you couldn't make a glass floor. I don't know what I was thinking. So I thought I was going to make this absolutely open to the elements, and then build a wall around it so beasties couldn't get in. But then I discovered that no, it just counts. It's fine. You don't even have to pave it over with glass. You're just fine. So there you go. Yeah. So I'm going to move some animals over because I have this problem that all these grazing animals keep grazing and using up all the grass. And really, I mean, I've probably should like not graze anything. Like deliberately go after things that don't need grazing. But yeah. Actually, I'm going to check my animals. What have I got in the way of water buffaloes? I've been keeping 1 bull and 3 cows. So there's a cow that can be killed. Butcher. Is there any other animals I should worry about? It's a tame rat. Can I butcher that? No, I can't butcher these things. I've got a couple of war dogs. I've got a war dog. Got that wild boar which has been ready for slaughter for I don't know how long. It's in a cage, and I don't know if that means it's not. I don't know why those animals aren't getting killed. I mean, I've had those that buffalo, that wild boar, and these crundles have been you know, ready for slaughter forever. I don't have any. Interestingly, this boar here, who's tame and I can't kill because he's tame. You know, isn't doing anything with these sows, so it's clearly some completely different species. Which is a pity, because pigs apparently make good for good pasturing. Yeah, they don't graze apparently, so there's less of an issue. But yeah, I've got water buffaloes going. That's the closest thing I have to a meat industry. I should probably, I could milk them and stuff, which I haven't really bothered doing. Wow, look at this completely junky thing down here, full of junk. Wood stockpile's looking low. Yeah, more bins and things. Lots of finished goods bins. I really need. I mean, things. Amongst the many things I should sort out, I've always wanted to make a proper trading, a trading stockpile. So everything that goes into, say, this stockpile here, absolutely all of it gets traded. Would be what you'd want. But I've just not set that up at all. I thought I'd made a stockpile for masterful items. In fact, I had the original plan of getting an artifact and just sticking it there, but I can't seem to make it so that's where things will go. Where actually are all my artifacts? I don't know if I can find them. Stocks, enhanced mode, crown, and tab. Okay, so we'll play with the minimum quality is going to be artifact. Apparently I have no artifact crowns, according to this. But then maybe it's not down as a crown, eh? Okay, let's get out of that. Let's go back to L. MERSE. Let's search for that. MERSE. No. Apparently, artifacts do not count as items. Unless I mean, am I going to have to go through absolutely all my stockpiles and just say nothing that has, that is artifact level? Yeah. What's that? Furniture stockpile. Finished goods. This is the finished goods one. So I have kind of done this on this one. So masterwork. So theoretically, all my masterwork things end up in here, as indeed they seem to have done. Okay. Can I find so lots of lovely masterpiece things? I think some exceptionals, which is okay. Well, that's just a bin. Okay, so let's grab what settings was this on? Finished goods, total quality, artifact, and it takes from, and I can't tell. Tab, Q. Takes from 23, which is should be So this logically would be 23, which it is. So I don't know why that's not working. Except dwarves never do what I want them to do, because they smell. I mean, this should be just a straight up, you know, grab stuff from here, put it there. It's not doing it. Oh well. Dwarves there, what can you do? I'm wondering if I should spend some more time getting rid of vomit. Because you just get so much vomit. Like I said, I mean, I've set an area to be, you know, outside, so that, you know, well, it's light anyway. It's light, and it counts as above ground, even though it's inside. So, you know, people should be getting. They should avoid cave adaptation, but really all it does is makes them throw up. And the other thing I would quite like to do is set up a dwarven bath, but because of the way, because literally the next level is aquifer level. I keep forgetting. I mean, I dealt with the aquifer so long ago. Even with my horrible pit of shame, I did eventually deal with the aquifer. I keep forgetting. This is an aquifer, and it was actually quite tough to deal with. So there are these just minor, you know, areas like here, you know. That's interesting. So there are these, okay, this was, might have been my original plan to have a stairway, and then I found aquifer right away, and then I tried the double slit method and screwed it up here, so I just floored it over and made it into a training area, and this is where I eventually did. But I mean, I screwed it up completely. I never did make it down through the aquifer like you're supposed to. I got down one level and then got confused. And so, in fact, I got lucky, and it turns out there was rock all the way down, so I was able to get through that way. It's really rather pathetic. Oh my god, that seems such a long time ago. Late spring, I'm going to do food stores. Pretty good. 215 dwarves, most of whom are babies. Not so much as it was actually. I only got 96. I actually got someone who got promoted into being an adult. That actually happened, which is kind of worrying. How long? It means I've been playing this game quite some time when you can arrange that. Oh, I totally need to make a cage stockpile or something. But again, cages actually should be. I'm fairly sure there are stockpiles at cages, and again, quantum stockpiles that cages should be taken up with, but they just don't seem to be, and I don't know why. And this stockpile's empty, and I'm sure it used to work, and it doesn't anymore. And one of the possibilities is I just don't have enough people hauling. I've got these 20 items. I ran myself through a dwarf therapist optimization plan. Actually, I think it's caused me problems. I think it's taken. I don't know that I've got enough haulers anymore, and I've never really gone back and properly looked at it and really picked people to be haulers, like what maybe I should do. Let's go by total assigned labours. I'm going to group by total assigned labours, and then I'm going to sort by profession. Here we go. Ooh, total no assigned labours. What? That's astonishing. They're actually not good. Oh, actually, no. They might be in the military. And in fact, yeah. They're all military folk. That's why. Except other guy isn't. Do you remember of anything? I mean, my military are very specifically just set into... And these are all babies. Yeah, okay, masons I tend to say I want to only do the one thing. But these planters could be hauling. Why are these planters not hauling? Right, is anything... Right, let's have a quick look at these guys. These guys, this I'm fairly sure is in the military. Is there anything I can see in this that tells me that they're in the military? I mean, this particular guy's a hammerlord, which is a bit obvious. Squad woodcutters. Excellent, that's what it tells me. So squad. So these guys are all in squads. Okay, so the ones with 0 are in squads. That's fine. These planters are doing feck and all. So I'm going to toggle hauling. What the hell? Okay. I think I must have clicked something there. Right, okay. So, adding 3 haulers. Because, seriously, those planters weren't doing anything. Planters are, I think, are quite a good lot to do hauling because, okay, sure, planting is very intensive when they do it, but they have a lot of time not planting. I could, of course, be completely wrong about this, you know. So I think just going to leave that there. And I'm going to put this onto nothing, so that whenever I load it up and if they're assigned to something, it's grouped by something, I always get very confused. No clothes. There should be enough clothes. I just haven't gotten them. Some people are complaining about. I'm looking at equipment at this point. Is what I'm looking at. So these guys want ammunition. Leather shields. Pretty sure I've got leather shields. It's very specific. Not just leather shield, but cat leather this, cat leather that. Happiness. I do want to check those if anyone's particularly upset. Fine. Although there's terrible vermin and there's miasma somewhere around. But of course you can't really tell when it says, you know, they got disgusted by miasma lately. You can't really necessarily tell. You know, when is lately? When exactly was that you felt that? And sometimes you just don't know. Those doors are fine. I'm just wondering why this limonite is just lying here. No one's picked it up. It's kind of interesting. It is just lying around and not being used. Yeah. Oh yeah, my archery range. That's what's going on. Okay, got lots of coffins. Got some quite nice coffins, I think. Yep, masterpiece coffin. But I actually don't want, I don't care about masterpiece coffins because they're made of rock. That's the problem with those. They are made with rock. Whereas, what were you horrified by? I found a forbidden item. I think it was only the one, but I'm making a great big huge swathe just in case. That dog, rather interestingly, that dog skeleton, isn't being moved. I'm not quite sure why. That's been there quite a while. I wonder if that's what he's being horrified by. Never really can tell with these dwarves why they're getting horrified. I mean, it might be just the outdoors as a whole, you know. They do tend to get quite upset by that, but I was desperately hoping that they kind of got over it by now. I'm still not quite prepared to just completely leave the upstairs behind, which perhaps I should. Oh well. Together with my making some haulers, I'm beginning to wonder whether or not I should make a designated vehicle team. But I've got at least one person, because otherwise, there's at least one person with only the one labour who's now a labourer and a hauler. Yes, let's have a look downstairs. There's been another delivery, I see. Not a huge amount, but some, that's cool. So we will lock this door and pull the lever. Oh, these rooms have come along quite nicely. So I'm actually really at the point where I should pull the lever. Well, not pull the lever, but I should really now I've got my bedroom sorted, I should really decide which 10 dwarves are going to be living down here forever and ever. Because that's a thing. Which I think is a decision for another time. But I now have my downstairs area basically done. It's even all smoothed out. So I'll designate. What I'll do is I'll designate it to be engraved, so it'll be very pretty and nice to live in. And then basically, probably by going through Dwarf Therapist, I find out, and I mean, there's another couple of things I need to do as well. I'm going to want to make possibly at least one more magma forge. Although I think the smelters are actually doing fine. Yeah. So it is going to be a case of moving all my smelters, all my smelty people down here. I mean, to an extent, I can just do part of that right now by coming up here and just getting rid of all these smelters. Yeah, let's do that, in fact. But it's also even more specifically, it's going to be getting rid of these guys up here. It's not active, so that will automatically get them moving downstairs, and then I just choose. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of this. Get rid of that one. One of the best things that's going to do is it's going to massively reduce my reliance on charcoal. But it'll also make my metal industry hopefully much more efficient, because they're just going to be spending their time down there doing nothing else. But I am going to leave the decision of who that's going to be until next time. So until next time, If you've been enjoying this video series, then please do hit like or subscribe. And you can also find us at www.neelenoughdice.com for role-playing game themed podcasts and blog and links and other things. But I do hope you will join me next time when I should finally pull the trigger and get my metal smithing team down into the depths, never to see the light of day again. And until that day, have yourselves a very dwarfy day.